Dear Fear, I feel like it's been so long since we last spoke. Wanted to see how you were doing. I'm rebuilding the Kingdom of Scorn, and it's bringing back unpleasant memories. Though, it's made me remember your kindness during the year after the Cataclysm. I wish I could repay you somehow. I wish I could thank you the way you want me to. But it just can't be. Who I am? Never mind that. Was I wrong for what I did here, Fear? Were the millions lost worth it? Sometimes, I just don't know. Hello, Grumpy Owls. Welcome back to home. And we are here back in Scorn, and I have some wonderful things to show you guys. So, first of all, check out this beautiful sun right here, this thing. So, yeah, some stuff has been done around here, and, it is all over in this area, and I have this sun blaring down on me, so you guys cannot see what's going on, ha ha ha. And right now, there is actually no way to get up over here, which I totally forgot about. Oh, jeez, I had a random mouse failing there. But once I get this area nice and collected and turned into a road, this will be a lot easier to do. So you guys may notice that wonderful little building over there, which is in no way completed, no way completed, but it is the largest thing you guys are seeing in Scorn right now. So Scorn, as I mentioned before, is a kingdom run by a coven of 13 witches. This is their coven. So this is actually going to be where they live. This was quite the beastie-do. I rebuilt this about probably 3 times, I want to say. It originally started out as kind of like these things over here. So I had like this big arm, stretching out, another big arm and stretching out, and then there was like a tree, and then on top of that there was this big, like, almost like circular doodad. It almost looked like one of these jungle trees, like, except for this was a building. I did not like that. And then I decided to try to do that just on a tree on the ground, and I did not like that either. So this is what I ended up with. This was actually kind of an original concept from the concept crew that I have, and it's a little bit different. We had actually envisioned this originally to be part of a, like, willow tree, so, like, it would come out and there would be big branches, and I did actually do that initially on that first tree, and it was just super dark, and it took up a huge amount of area, and it just looked kind of off, I guess. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. But this I like. So what I did here was I basically kind of world edited, like, this, like, just circle right here, and made it super high, and then I went around the edges on the top, and I just kind of filled in stuff, and I did the same thing on the bottom, and then I spent a ton of time making this thing look like it wasn't world edited. And this is actually what I mean, like, right here. Like, this looks world edited. It's got that sphere shape to it. So I went through and I just kind of killed out some of this stuff like that and made it look like it wasn't, wasn't put in with World Edit, which is one of the key features of World Edit, is making things look like you didn't World Edit. But I really like it. I like where it's going right now. it is definitely not complete. I will say that. I have a bunch more work to do. But this is going to be my entrance, and I've included a lot of fire in this place, which I really kind of like. I think it's a good little, like, I don't know, I like the atmosphere it's giving off. I did go through on the ground here and actually laid out like a path that, you know, goes all the way through. And then as you get closer to the Witch's Coven, this actually turns into this like black right here, which is just black carpet and black wool, or I think concrete. Yeah, concrete powder. And eventually you will come up into here. I have not done anything in here aside from put in lights. So this is the first interior section. I have plans for this, which actually, in the concept crew, I'm actually going to have some redstone in here. And it's kind of confusing to tell you what I want to have done in here, but one man, one game, Sean is actually working on it for me, because I'm terrible at redstone, so he's actually really helping me out with that, and he's got a project for that, and then there's also going to be another project for something that's going to be happening in the woods around, like all around, so that's going to be kind of fun too. What I've also gone and done is we have these little like hanging, what are they called, braziers, I guess, and I kind of like these. So just kind of this big shoot off of an arm holding up these like, you know, things of fire, and it's iron, it's chain. I put in some just black banners and some stuff hanging down here just because, I don't know, I just like the look of it. I like the look. It was nice. They do have like their little section right here, which I still need to build on the inside. And on the top of this thing right now, it's just some fire. I'm planning out an idea for something up here, but right now it's just a big old fire. And then down here, we actually have our like little landscape area. So this is just kind of one of those places you just have to fill in with something. And I didn't want a building on this side of this, so near the Witch's Coven. So I decided to just do a nice little area. It's really hard. Like somebody in the last episode of this, for the first episode of Scorn, said that it was like creepy but beautiful at the same time. And I guess that's kind of what I'm going for with this, where it's going to be a very unsettling place, but I still want it to look kind of nice. And, you know, I figured this is a place for the, you know, the scoundrels and things like that. Like, it's going to look like, oh, it especially looks good in the rain. The rain is fantastic, but it's going to look, you know, kind of sleazy, but I do want it to kind of look like people actually live here and take at least a little bit of pride in where they are. And this place in the rain, by the way, looks super cool. I almost just kind of leave the rain on when I'm here, mainly because it just looks nice. I'm not doing any building with you guys today. I do plan on it. I'm having some issues with my USB stuff being all sorts of weird, and so my mouse is kind of going a little funky. I did build this up here though. So this is just a, like, it's our first really raised house. Like, everything else is just kind of like down next to the water right now. So it's all kind of green down there. And moving up here, let me kill this weather. I know it kind of looks nice, but, and let me reset the time. Well, actually, I don't need to do that. But yeah, so this has gotten a little bit more like this over here with the brown, or the gray terracotta. I really like this gray terracotta. Terracotta. I will be able to say that word eventually. Gray terracotta. It looks really nice in this build, and it's a really good like accent color, which I really like. I went through about 3 different color schemes, and like, I asked Pixel Brew for his like recommendation on it, and he liked that grouping, so that's what we're going with right now. So this place is going to eventually be like just some kind of a little shack, like with a I don't know, like, I haven't completely decided what I want to happen with this, because this upper area is supposed to be for the little bit more of the, like, well-to-do. They're farther away from the filth, you know, on the ground. And so I still have to decide, like, if I just want this to be a nicer house, I guess. And then I put in a little life spot over here, so just kind of like this little walk-down plank, and then another one of these, like, people just kind of living up here. So you imagine, like, a little sleeping bag and a little, like, chest and just, like, a little spot for somebody to come up here and make a little, you know, make a little place to sleep, a little home. And we've put in a couple of decorations on this. I'm still working on banners for these places. I'm not the best banner designer, and I know you can, like, go onto websites and do that, and I just need to do it, honestly. I really do. But yeah, this place is looking really, really good. I'm very, very happy with the way Scorn is turning out. I'm really enjoying the color play, which is weird to say because, yes, it's just a lot of browns, and it's a lot of greens, and it's a lot of grays, but, you know, throwing in the red on the, like, actual, like, you know, nether stuff around here. Like, if you guys notice, the closer you get to the Witch's Coven, the more things turn a little bit, you know, evil, quote-unquote. I've put in nether wart around here. We've actually got some of this, like, black concrete that's over here. It doesn't just go completely green, and that's what I was really, really going for. I have a fantastic design for a rather large inn that's going to be here, which is actually something designed by Sunfire. If you guys, like, he's part of my design crew. He's also done a voice on this already, and then he has also, he's also one of my co-writers for the actual lore of the game, or, like, the world, I guess, I'm building in. So he has actually written up this really cool lore piece for an inn, and I think I'm gonna put it right over here. I want to say I want it to be close to the entrance. And this is the entrance right here, so it actually might be, actually I may do it right here in this area. So to let you guys know, let me see, set this daytime, there we go. I have traced out the entire road from Scorn all the way back to Sanctuary, and it is a beast and a half. It took me probably over an hour of actual, like, world editing to get this done. I had to go all the way. I need to build at least 6 bridges. That is just the first one, and this thing, you can see it just goes all the way down there. It goes all the way to Scorn, or all the way from Scorn to Sanctuary. It's a really long road. If you were to actually run it in-game, it'd probably take you close to 15-20 minutes. So, if, like, when I put this out for world download, it's gonna be one of those beastie things where you're gonna have to, you know, actually have to run the way. But I do want to make it a little bit more interesting. So my plan for the roads in this, and I think I'll talk to you guys about that a little bit. My plan for the roads in this is, you do have your roads, and I do need to, like, theme the roads for each biome eventually, but you have your road, and what I want to happen with these roads is I want every single road going from, like, every single different kingdom to feel like it's actually something you would see. Like, I don't want it to just be like, this is the road and that's it. Like, occasionally I want you to see a house, or I want you to see a tent, or I want you to see, like, a caravan, like, parked over on the side. There are several villages, like actual in-game villages, that are on the way, and there's the weather again. There's the lovely weather. But there are a couple of villages that are on the way. I think there's 2 or 3. I'm actually probably going to do a small, like, conversion with those. I might do it just in one sitting and, like, I don't know, replay mod it or something like that and show you guys what I do, or I may actually make, like, a video out of it. But I want those to be like little communities, and I want them to be the places in between the kingdoms. You know, maybe where a family that used to live in Scorn left Scorn to go back to Sanctuary, or, you know, to move to a different kingdom, but they decided they fell in love with some little piece of land, and they decided they wanted to live there, and that's, like, their homestead. So there's a couple of, like, different things I really, really want to do with that. I also found out, because I never noticed this, I have a jungle temple over here, which I think is really just ironically awesome, that there is a jungle temple right next to Scorn. I have not even been in here yet, so let's go see what we would, ooh, it is dark, 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 dark. See what we would find. Let's see, grab my torch, bam. Okay, and then where's the stupid wires? I know you stupid wire, you're in here. Nope, I don't even want to play with you. I don't want to play with you at all. Where's all the tripwires? Did I already come in here? I don't think I can. Nope, because there it is. Okay, cool. So we got that one. There's like one more of these, isn't there? Is there one more, or is the chest trapped? Yeah, I think the chest is trapped. Let's go ahead and remove that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so just some bones. Lame. Well, it happens. But yeah, so there's a nice little, like, ruin over here, which I may actually, like, do something with, I guess. What's really cool about it is, like, the entrance is right there on the water, so I could actually turn that into something. Maybe that could actually be the entrance to the inn that gets built over here, and that's a possibility. But like I said, things are going well here. You guys found out some interesting lore in the beginning of this episode. The greater story will start to unravel a little bit. I have an overall story for the entire series, and I want it to come out. I want there to be, you know, things that you find out whenever you watch an episode, and like it's very hard to dissect it all and plan out what I want and what I don't want for you guys to know at a specific point. Like, you know, last episode Klatos did Mr. Left. So Mr. Left is actually part of a guild that lives in Scorn called the Guild of Whispers. They're led by a man named the Quiet Man. They are dealers in information. They actually have information pretty much on almost every important person in the world. There's a whole thing in my World Anvil about them, and you guys can read that, but I know some of you don't like go check that stuff out as much. But they are kind of like the Illuminati of my world, I guess, but they actually exist. Like, it's not like a, you know, this is a theory type thing. Like, they're legit. They exist secretly. No one knows their hierarchy, anything like that. They know, like, they've created this fable. Like, the people of, you know, the world have created this fable that there is this guy named the Quiet Man, and he's been mentioned, and you don't ever find out if, like, he's just a myth or he's something that, like, actually exists, you know. But maybe the guild has just created him and they don't work that way, and, like, there's just a couple of things that are really, really cool about it. But there is also, you know, it's said that they control every event on the entire world just through their information. One of their rules is, like, actually well known, that you cannot come to them for information without equally important information otherwise. So if you want to do information, it's a trade, and you have to give them, you know, that as much of an information as you are wanting to take. Like, if you want to know if, you know, Blaze is the, you know, now ruler of Ember, but he's also the highest ranking member in the Council of the Enlightened, which you guys should read up on if you have not. But if you wanted to find out a dirty little secret about Blaze, then you're going to have to bring in a dirty little secret about someone just as important as him. And that's the only way you're going to get any of the information that you want. I hate this tree right here. Like, I have no idea why, but I saw it from far away, and it is a terrible, terrible, terrible tree. It needs to look better. I don't know. It just seemed like it didn't have anything sticking out the side there. But yeah, so this is an interesting place, and a lot of things that are part of the main story happen here. The architect, who was raised in Ember, he was actually raised as the brother of Blaze and Blaze's twin sister, Fira. He was raised with them as basically part of the royal family, but he is the architect, so he had to go around and, you know, travel around whenever the gods sent him a vision. He had to go and build it. And yeah, at one point, he, like, when he was like 20, he basically just left Ember and disappeared for 7 years and went to Scorn. And so he was here for 7 years. Well, Old Scorn, this is New Scorn. He was in the Old Scorn for 7 years. Nobody knows what happened there. Even some people who should know about it don't know about it. And so that kind of goes into, like, the intro that you guys had in this episode. So this place is definitely got a lot of meaning, and it's really, really cool. It's going to be really, really enjoyable to really dive into this. I'll probably do about 10 episodes in here or so before moving on to the next one. You guys should probably you guys should probably be bored of it by then. And don't worry, though, because there are some great, wonderful places on that road going back to where we could actually start building another kingdom. I really love this place down here. I almost turned this into our swamp, but it didn't work with my idea of what Scorn would be, because everybody would just build up here. They wouldn't build on the water, so... but yeah, there's places like this. There's actually a place like this that I plan on doing the like, Mages Kingdom, Arcanus. So it should be cool. It should be fun. We're going to have a good time. But Ember is actually going to be the next kingdom that we build. So the Kingdom of Fire in the desert. But for now, Corn. We're going to hang out in Corn. No, Scorn is the main place to be at the moment. And there's so much cool stuff to do here. And I am really, really excited for it. And keep up with the story on this, guys. Because this is, like, you know, I could just do a normal let's build. Like, let's just do a let's build. Here, this is how we build this place. But the story is what makes this for me. And I can pretty much assume the story is what makes this for you guys, too. A lot of you guys have commented a lot on how much story has really, like, drawn you into this, and the, I guess, uniqueness of the story, and me putting the builds into play with it. And, you know, like, I've even had, like, other people come to me and say, like, you know, they've noticed more story appearing in other people's stuff, and, you know, I've, like, inspired that, and that's made me happy. So keep up with the story on this, guys. It's going to be lots and lots of fun, and there's lots of cool things to do. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this episode. Next episode, we will get into I will probably either do an episode, like, building some of the stuff on this, or I will have already finished that, and we will have started on the inn that Sunfire is currently in design for in the lore. So yeah, guys, I'll see you next time, and I'm gonna let the moon blind you, because for some reason the moon is insanely bright in this. But anyways, guys, I'll see you later. All right, bye bye.